Picture yourself in a crowded airport, the air thick with tension. Flights are delayed, voices clash, and a stranger snaps at you for standing too close. Your heart races, your jaw tightens, and the urge to snap back surges like a tidal wave. But imagine this: instead of erupting, you pause. You take a slow, deep breath, and a wave of calm washes over you. The chaos swirls, but you stand untouched, a lighthouse in a storm, radiating peace while the world spins. People notice. They lean in, drawn to your stillness, wondering, how does she stay so steady? This isn't a fantasy. It's the power of Stoicism, a 2,000-year-old philosophy that's been a lifeline for emperors like Marcus Aurelius, sages like Epictetus, and countless others facing life's chaos. In our fast-paced, trigger-happy world, where a single comment or setback can derail your day, Stoicism offers a blueprint to build unshakable calm, not just in quiet moments, but in the heart of any storm. Today, I'm inviting you on a journey through 8 Stoic secrets, practical, battle-tested tools to train your mind to stay composed no matter what life throws at you. These aren't abstract ideas. They're skills to forge a peace so deep, it becomes your superpower. So, grab a coffee, find a quiet spot, and let's dive into this adventure together. By the end, you'll have a toolkit to face life's wildest moments with a steady heart and a clear mind, inspiring others with your calm. Master your mind. You are not your emotions. Imagine you're at a lively dinner party, laughter echoing, wine glasses clinking. You're sharing a story when someone, maybe a friend, maybe a rival, cuts in with a sharp jab. That's cute, but let's be real. You're no expert. The table goes quiet. Your face burns, your pulse spikes, and every fiber of you screams to fire back or slink away. But what if in that moment you could choose differently? What if you could see the comment for what it is, just words, not truth, and respond with calm, not chaos? Stoicism's first secret is to control your mind, or it will control you. Epictetus, a former slave who became a philosophical giant, said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." The insult didn't wound you. Your interpretation did. If you label it a personal attack, it stings. If you see it as noise, a reflection of their insecurity, it loses its power. Stoicism doesn't suppress emotions. It teaches you to observe them without being their puppet. I learned this during a work meeting gone wrong. A colleague's snide remark about my project hit hard and I was ready to clap back. But I remembered Epictetus and paused. I noticed my racing heart, my clenched fists, and thought, this is just a feeling, not a command. I took a breath, met her gaze, and said, "Thanks for the input, I'll consider it." The room exhaled and she backed off. My calm wasn't weakness, it was strength, the kind that shifts power. Practice this. When an emotion surges, anger at a rude driver, anxiety over a deadline, pause for 10 seconds. Name the feeling. This is anger. Ask, is this thought true? Is it mine to carry? Then choose your response. For 1 week, journal these moments. What triggered you, how you paused, what you chose. I did this and noticed my triggers weakened. A coworker's jab became just words, not war. Another trick: visualize your mind as a fortress. When emotions knock, you decide what enters. This isn't denial, it's mastery, and it builds a peace no one can steal. Let go of anger. It's a fire that burns. Anger feels like power, yelling, slamming doors, venting online. Picture yourself in rush hour traffic, cruising along, when a car swerves in front of you, nearly clipping your bumper. Your blood boils. You lean on the horn, tail them, maybe mutter a few choice words. It feels righteous, like you're taking control. But then what? Your heart's pounding, your day's soured, and the other driver's long gone. Did your outburst fix anything or just pull you deeper into chaos? Stoicism's second secret is that anger doesn't solve problems. It creates them. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Anger clouds judgment, escalates conflicts, and turns molehills into mountains. It's not about ignoring wrongs, but responding with clarity, not fire. I saw this with a friend, Tom, who lost it when a barista messed up his order. He ranted, the barista froze, and the line tensed. Later, he admitted, "I felt worse, not better." His anger didn't fix the coffee. It broke his peace. I faced this when a neighbor's loud music kept me awake. I was ready to bang on their door, but Stoicism stopped me. I paused, breathed, and asked, "Is this worth my calm?" Instead, I knocked politely, explained the issue, and they apologized, turning it down. My composure solved the problem. Anger would have started a feud. Practice. This next time anger flares, pause for 15 seconds. Breathe deeply. Ask, what's driving this? Is it ego? Will reacting help? For 1 week, journal these moments. What sparked your anger? How you paused? What you chose? Another exercise. When provoked, write your angry thoughts, then tear them up. I did this after a work slight and my clarity returned. Anger's a signal, not a strategy. Listen to it, learn from it, but don't let it lead. The calmest person in the room holds the real power. Embrace calm as strength. Silence outshines. Noise in our loud world. Volume is often mistaken for strength. The loudest voice dominates the meeting. The angriest rant wins the argument. But Stoicism's third secret flips this. True power is silent. It's the ability to stay calm when others spiral, to be still when chaos erupts. Imagine a coworker yelling at you over a missed deadline, their face red, their words sharp. Your instinct is to match their fire, to defend your pride. But what if you didn't? What if you kept your voice steady, your body relaxed, and said, "Let's sort this out calmly"? The dynamic shifts. They look frantic. You look formidable. Seneca said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Calmness isn't passivity. It's control. I saw this with a mentor, Clara, during a heated boardroom clash. A rival attacked her idea, expecting a fight. Clara paused, smiled, and asked, "Can you clarify your concern?" Her composure disarmed him, and the room rallied behind her. Later, she told me, "Silence is my weapon. It keeps me in charge." Her calm wasn't weakness. It was a masterclass in strength. I tried this at a family reunion. My aunt's criticism of my career choice stung, but instead of arguing, I breathed, nodded, and said, "I appreciate your perspective." The tension dissolved, and others praised my restraint. Calmness shifted the power to me, not her. Historically, Gandhi embodied this. Facing an empire's might, he wielded silence, resolve, and discipline, moving millions with his stillness. You can channel this in your own battles. Practice this. For 1 week, when challenged, pause for 10 seconds, breathe, and respond with a steady tone. Journal how it changes the dynamic. Another exercise. Visualize yourself as a tree, rooted deep, unmoved by wind. I used this during a work dispute, staying calm while others shouted, and a colleague said, "You're unshakable." Calmness isn't retreat, it's radiance, earning respect no shout can match. 4. Accept life's unfairness. It's a training ground. Life isn't fair and it never promised to be. Picture pouring your heart into a project, only to see a coworker take credit and get the promotion. Or trusting a friend, only to hear they've gossiped behind your back. The sting of injustice burns, urging you to rage or despair. But Stoicism's fourth secret is to see unfairness not as a curse, but as a forge. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." You can't control life's inequities, but you can shape your response, and that's where your power lies. I felt this when a colleague got a raise I deserved. I was furious, replaying the unfairness endlessly. Stoicism shifted my lens. This is my chance to grow. I sought feedback, improved my skills, and landed a better role elsewhere. My calm response, not the injustice, defined me. Another example. Nick Vujicic, born without limbs, faced a cruel fate. He once considered suicide but chose to reframe his life. He learned to swim, write, and inspire millions as a speaker, proving perspective is stronger than circumstance. Practice this. When life feels unfair, pause and ask, what can I learn here? What's my next step? For 2 weeks, journal these moments. The injustice, your response, the outcome. Another exercise. Visualize unfairness as rain. You can't stop it, but you can carry an umbrella. I did this after a betrayal, focusing on my growth, and friends admired my resilience. Unfairness isn't your enemy. It's your teacher sharpening your calm. Choose control. No one can steal your peace. We love to blame others. They made me mad. They ruined my mood. But Stoicism's fifth secret is a hard truth. No one can make you lose control unless you let them. Imagine you're in a grocery store patiently waiting in line when someone cuts in front, bold and unapologetic. Your blood simmers, urging you to confront or stew. But what if you smiled, thought, "This doesn't define me," and let it go? Your peace stays intact, and their rudeness floats away like dust. Epictetus said, "It is not enough to be hit or insulted. To be harmed, you must believe that you are being harmed. Your reaction is your choice." I tested this when a client criticized my work harshly. I wanted to argue, but I paused, thought, "Their words are theirs, not mine," and responded calmly, "I'll address that." They softened, and we collaborated. Better. My control, not their critique, shaped the outcome. Another story. My friend Sarah faced a rude coworker who made her furious. I shared Epictetus's wisdom, and she tried pausing before reacting. Next time the coworker snapped, Sarah breathed, smiled, and stayed professional. The coworker's attitude shifted, and Sarah said, "I felt free." Control is a superpower. Practice this. For 1 week, when provoked, pause and ask, am I reacting or responding? Who's in charge, me or them? Journal the trigger, your choice, and the result. Another exercise. Visualize your peace as a castle gate. You decide what enters. I used this after a public slight, keeping my gate shut, and a colleague said, "You're so poised." Control isn't suppression, it's sovereignty, and it builds unshakable calm. Live in the now. The present is your power. How much energy do you spend replaying the past or dreading the future? We relive old arguments, obsess over past mistakes, or imagine worst-case scenarios, letting the only moment we can shape, the present, slip away. Stoicism's sixth secret is to anchor yourself in the now. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Man lives only in the present. The rest is beyond his grasp." Your power lies here, not in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's fears. I struggled with this, replaying a work failure endlessly, worrying it defined me. Stoicism taught me to focus on now. What can I do today? I started small, fully tasting my coffee, listening intently to friends, feeling my steps on a walk. My anxiety faded and colleagues noticed my presence, saying, "You're so focused." Another example, Novak Djokovic, the tennis legend, once let past losses and future pressures sabotage his game. He shifted to playing this point, not the match, using breath to stay present. His focus made him nearly unbeatable, a Stoic in action. Practice this for 1 week. Do one task mindfully daily. Eat slowly, listen fully, walk consciously. Journal how it grounds you. Another exercise. When your mind wanders to past or future, snap back with a mantra. I am here. I used this during a stressful day, and a friend said, "You seem so calm." The present isn't just time. It's your strength, and living in it builds peace. Find calm amid chaos. You are the eye of the storm. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. 1 minute you're sipping coffee, planning your day. The next, a crisis call, a harsh word, or a sudden loss upends everything. Chaos is inevitable, but Stoicism's seventh secret is that calm lies within you, not in a perfect world. Seneca said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." When the world roars, your stillness is your sanctuary. Imagine driving in a storm, rain pounding when a car swerves into your lane inches from a crash. Your adrenaline spikes, your hands grip the wheel, and you're tempted to honk or chase. But you breathe, steady yourself, and drive on, refusing to let their recklessness rent your mind. That's Stoic power. I practiced this when a work deadline imploded. My team was frantic, but I paused, listed what I could control, and led calmly. A colleague later said, "You kept us sane." Historically, Seneca faced exile yet wrote serene letters, proving calm conquers chaos. You can too. Practice this. For 1 week, when chaos hits, pause and list 3 things you control: your breath, your words, your focus. Act on one. Journal the outcome. Another exercise. Visualize yourself as the eye of a hurricane, calm amid swirling chaos. I used this during a family crisis, staying steady, and my sister said, "You're our rock." Calm isn't ignoring chaos. It's mastering it, and it makes you a beacon. Rise above circumstance. You are your choices. Some are born into hardship. Others face betrayal or loss. Yet some shine brighter because of it. Stoicism's eighth secret is that circumstances don't define you. Your responses do. Epictetus said, "It's not the event. It's your response that defines you." Picture a young woman in poverty labeled hopeless by her town. She believes it until she decides, "I am more." She studies, works, fails, rises, and becomes a leader. Not because life softened, but because she hardened her resolve. I felt this after a job loss. I was crushed, tempted to wallow. Stoicism urged me to ask, "What now?" I upskilled, networked, and landed a better role. My response, not the loss, shaped me. Another story. Malala Yousafzai, shot for seeking education, chose courage over fear, inspiring millions. Her circumstances were brutal, her choices were heroic. Practice this. For 2 weeks, when faced with hardship, ask, "What can I choose now?" Journal the challenge, your response, and the growth. Another exercise. When life says you can't, say, "Watch me," and take one step. I did this after a rejection, starting a side project, and a friend said, "You're unstoppable." You're not what happens. You're what you become, and that builds eternal calm. Your path to unshakable calm. Here we are, at the journey's end. But it's just the beginning. You've walked through 8 Stoic secrets to stay calm in any storm. Mastering your mind, releasing anger, embracing calm, accepting unfairness, choosing control, living now, finding peace in chaos, and rising above circumstance. These aren't just ideas. They're tools to forge a peace so deep it becomes your essence, inspiring others with your stillness. Let me share a story. A year ago, I was a stress magnet, reacting to every slight. Stoicism changed that. I started pausing before snapping, focusing on now, choosing responses over reactions. One day, a stranger's road rage tested me. I breathed, smiled, and drove on. A passenger said, "Your calm is contagious." That's Stoicism, not just saving you, but uplifting those around you. Now it's your turn. Reflect. Which secret resonates? How will you start today? Try this 30-day challenge. Pick one secret and live it daily. Pause before reacting. Live one moment fully. Choose one calm response. Journal your progress. Share it with a friend, and watch your peace grow. If this journey lit a spark, share it with someone who needs it, a colleague, a loved one. Spread this wisdom one steady soul at a time. Join our community at the Daily Stoic Life. Subscribe for more tools to live stronger, wiser, calmer. Thank you for walking this path with me. You're not just learning Stoicism, you're becoming a beacon of calm. Here's to a life of peace, power, and unshakable strength. See you in the next adventure. Are you ready for the journey of building a more peaceful and meaningful life? Subscribe to The Daily Stoic Life now, like the video, and hit the bell to get notified about the latest videos every day.